Once upon a time in ancient India, there existed a formidable and affluent ruler known as Raja Vikram. Facing numerous adversaries consumed by jealousy over his prosperity and desiring his throne, one prominent foe stood out, the prosperous merchant Arjun. Driven by the ambition to overthrow the king and claim his position, Arjun, a shrewd and merciless individual, resorted to employing various deceitful tactics in pursuit of his sinister objective. One day, Arjun convened his council of advisors to seek their counsel on the most effective strategy to overthrow the king. One advisor proposed, engage an assassin to eliminate him. Another advisor recommended, disseminate damaging rumors to tarnish his image. Yet another advisor put forth, corrupt his soldiers with bribes to turn against him. Nonetheless, Arjun dismissed all these ideas as too perilous and expressed concerns about potential repercussions. Finally, an elderly sage who had been attentive to the discussion chimed in. There are 4 methods to vanquish your adversary, he declared. The initial approach is to eliminate him physically. The second is to tarnish his good name. The third is to sow discord among his supporters. And the fourth is to dominate his thoughts. Arjun found these 4 methods intriguing and requested the old man to elaborate on them. The old man commenced. The initial method, which involves physically eliminating your enemy, is the most apparent and direct approach. However, it also carries the highest level of risk and unpredictability. Should you falter in this endeavor, your adversary could potentially grow stronger and more resolute in their quest to overcome you. The second method to damage your adversary's reputation is more nuanced and indirect. By disseminating untrue rumors and falsehoods about your opponent, you can sway public perception against them and undermine their influence. However, this approach comes with its own set of dangers, as your deceit may come to light, leading to potential harm to your own credibility. The third method, which involves creating conflict among the allies of your adversary, is a strategic approach that can yield significant results. By fostering feelings of mistrust and doubt within the supporters of your enemy, you have the potential to diminish their allegiance and incite them to oppose him. Nevertheless, executing this tactic demands exceptional expertise and astuteness to avoid detection while implementing it. The fourth method to dominate your adversary's thoughts is the most potent and nuanced of them all. Through employing psychological strategies and manipulation, you can sow seeds of doubt in your enemy's mind, causing him to falter in his resolve to fight. This approach demands profound wisdom and perception, as it necessitates a deep understanding of your opponent's vulnerabilities and anxieties. Arjun found the old man's wisdom impressive and sought his guidance on mastering the art of conquering his enemy's mind. The old man, willing to help, commenced teaching Arjun the techniques of mental conquest. He emphasized the importance of understanding one's own mind as a crucial first step. To conquer your enemy's mind, you must first master your own, he explained. Drawing a parallel, he likened the mind to a wild horse that requires discipline and training. He warned Arjun that succumbing to emotions like anger, greed, or fear would hinder his ability to influence his enemy's thoughts effectively. The next lesson imparted by the elderly man to Arjun was about grasping the mindset of his adversary. He emphasized, it is crucial to comprehend your opponent just as deeply as you understand yourself. Familiarize yourself with their strengths and weaknesses, hopes and fears, likes and dislikes. This insight will empower you to leverage it for your benefit. The third lesson imparted by the old man to Arjun involved utilizing psychological strategies to influence his adversary's thoughts. He emphasized, numerous tactics exist for gaining control over your opponent's mind. You can employ praise to boost his self-esteem, instill fear to sow uncertainty within him, evoke guilt to induce shame, and show compassion to tap into his empathy. However, it is crucial not to overuse any tactic, as this could lead your enemy to discern your intentions. Arjun attentively absorbed the wisdom shared by the elderly man and promptly implemented it. His initial actions involved presenting gifts and compliments to the king, extolling his merits and successes. Additionally, He initiated a campaign of spreading gossip about the king's adversaries, portraying them as feeble and unintelligent in the perception of society. Furthermore, he successfully instigated discord within the king's supporters by fostering feelings of doubt and mistrust among them. As time passed, Arjun's strategies appeared to be effective. The king's standing started to diminish, and his influence began to wane. However, Arjun was not content with this progress. He aimed to subdue the king's psyche, instilling self-doubt and diminishing his fighting spirit. Thus, Arjun resolved to employ the ultimate weapon, compassion. He visited the royal palace and earnestly pleaded for forgiveness, admitting his wrongdoings and showing remorse for his previous behavior. He also volunteered to support the king loyally and assist him in any manner possible. The king was surprised by Arjun's unexpected change of attitude, but being a wise and compassionate ruler, he perceived Arjun's intentions clearly yet chose to grant him an opportunity to demonstrate his genuineness. Consequently, he welcomed Arjun's proposal and appointed him as one of his most reliable advisors. As Arjun collaborated closely with the king, he started to perceive things from a fresh perspective. He came to the realization that his pursuit of power and riches had obscured his understanding of life's true essence. Witnessing the hardships and destitution of the people, he developed a profound sense of empathy towards them. Moreover, observing the king's wisdom and compassion filled him with inspiration drawn from his exemplary conduct. One day, Arjun approached the king and inquired, "Your Majesty, I am curious. Despite being once considered your enemy, you have shown me remarkable kindness and compassion. How do you manage to extend such benevolence towards someone who sought to harm you?" The king responded with a smile, "Arjun, my acts of kindness and compassion do not stem from weakness or foolishness. Rather, they are rooted in doing what is morally right. The true adversary is not the one who seeks to harm us physically, but the one who aims to harm us spiritually. By choosing love over hate, peace over violence, and generosity over greed, we not only overcome our enemy's mindset, but also elevate our own." Arjun felt a profound impact from the king's words, leading him to acknowledge his folly in believing that power and riches could lead to happiness. Inspired by the king's wisdom, he made a life-changing decision to devote himself to serving others and nurturing compassion and insight. Consequently, Arjun emerged as a prominent philanthropist in the region, utilizing his resources and authority to aid the underprivileged. Additionally, he embraced Gautam Buddha's teachings, emphasizing that genuine victory over adversaries comes not from aggression, but through fostering compassion, wisdom, and inner harmony. In the end, Arjun came to understand that the real adversary lies not outside of us, but within us, embodied by ignorance, greed, and hatred. By conquering these internal foes, we can surmount any challenge and attain genuine happiness and fulfillment. The lesson to be learned from this tale is that genuine triumph doesn't stem from physical strength or material possessions, but rather from nurturing inner tranquility, insight, and empathy. Gautam Buddha's guidance serves as a poignant reminder that our primary adversary resides not externally but within ourselves, manifested in the guise of ignorance, avarice, and animosity. By vanquishing these internal foes, we can surmount any challenge and attain authentic joy and contentment. Arjun's narrative illustrates how even the fiercest foe can transform into an ally through acts of kindness and compassion, highlighting the potency of forgiveness and reconciliation over vengeance and enmity. Ultimately, this story underscores the accountability of our actions and encourages us to lead lives marked by honesty and empathy, treating others with care and consideration, while consistently striving to uphold moral values even in times of hardship.